Hi everyone, in this video we are going to discuss how I was able to clear my CFA Level 3 exam within a span of 20 days preparation itself. And I'm being very honest and frank with all of you that it's very much possible to clear your Level 3 exam within a span of 20 days if you're going to sincerely study for 12 to 14 hours in one day for the last 20 days itself. So again, I'm being very frank and honest. For those of you who aren't going to believe or who are going to say that it's a bluff, then I don't know how do I prove it, but I'm being very frank that it's possible in 20 days preparation itself. So before we begin, I'd like to thank Vauld for sponsoring this video. Vauld is an amazing application where you can trade, earn and borrow cryptocurrencies, and not only that, you can invest and earn interest in cryptocurrencies. You can invest and earn up to 12.68% on stable coins and 6.72% on bitcoins, which is much higher than the returns which you're going to get on fixed deposits. And Vauld has an amazing feature where you can buy bitcoins or any other cryptocurrency if it drops by, let's say, 10% as well. So you're earning twice the interest on cryptocurrencies as well as the returns which you're going to get on the cryptocurrency gains as well. So what are you waiting for? If you want to start your investing in cryptocurrency journey right now, click on the link given in the description box and download this amazing application right now and get started to start investing in cryptocurrencies. So coming back to the topic, the main thing which helped me in order to clear my CFA Level 3 exam was the Schweser notes of Kaplan University, which really helped me in order to understand the concept with a lot of clarity. So I had bought Schweser notes and I had bought all the 5 books and practice volume 1 and practice volume 2. So let me divide my strategy within a period of 20 days. So in the 20 days period, what I did was that in the 10 to 12 days of period, I ensured that my first reading of all the 5 books is covered so that I at least know what is the topic which is covered in all the 5 books. So maximum 2 to 3 days per book you should give, and if you're studying for 12 to 14 hours in a day, then I think it's very much possible for you to crack or maybe just understand the concepts given in those 5 books. And 2 to 3 days per book is a decent amount of time depending upon how much your reading speed is. So my reading speed is usually 15 to 17 pages per hour, and that really helped me in order to understand and just read a lot of concepts of CFA Level 3 books. So apart from that, what you need to ensure is that if you're reading for the first 15 days and that is the first reading, there are a lot of hurdles which you're going to face because of the fact that all these concepts would be very new. What I recommend at this point of time is that instead of just skipping or not understanding this concept, go on YouTube and just watch some of the lectures of any of the faculty who's trying to explain that concept. For instance, I had watched lectures of Arif Irfanullah sir, which is IFT, and I really liked his revision lectures as well. The way he was teaching and explaining it really helped me in order to memorize the concept. And not only that, it also helped me in order to apply that in the examination when the same question was asked in the form of a case study. So you have to ensure that you understand all the concepts very thoroughly, watch some YouTube revision lectures or maybe watch some revision lectures of Arif Irfanullah sir, and this will be more than sufficient for you to clear your examinations. So this is the first 15 days period. In the last 5 days, what you have to do is that revise again all the 5 books, and you should ensure that whenever you're finishing the second reading of the books, then as soon as book 1 is over, you need to switch to practice volume 1 and solve the topics which are given in practice volume 1 of those relevant chapters. For example, book 1 is about ethics. What you have to do if you finish ethics from book 1 for the second time, then in practice volume 1, you have to ensure that you solve all the case studies of ethics in the morning session as well as afternoon session. And then this is going to be useful for you because you will then understand what type of questions are coming in the exam and whether you're able to solve them or not. So within a span of 3 days, you have to ensure that you cover all the books once again, all the 5 books, and at the same time you're also going to solve questions from practice volume 1. The reason why I'm not saying to solve from practice volume 2 is that because you have to do that 2 days before the examination and solve it as if it's your real CFA Level 3 exam. So basically within a span of 15 days, you have to ensure that all the reading is done of the first 5 books. The second reading is done in the next 3 days with the practice volume 1 which is solved. Then on the 14th day, you have to ensure that you solve practice volume 2 completely as if it's your exam going on. So even morning session and afternoon session, you have to solve it as if it's your examination which is going on. And on the 15th day, that is 1 day before the examination, what I had done was I had referred Secret Sauce of Schweser, and I had just learned all the concepts from Secret Sauce because it was very easier. It was in a crisp manner of 220 pages where you are just given about all the concepts which you need to revise 1 day before the examination. So this was the strategy for 15 days period. And talking about the coachings, I did not refer any coaching classes. I did not even join any coaching classes. It's absolutely fine. Even you can do it by your own self. Just remember that before the examination, you solve at least 1 mock test. And that is the reason why I'm asking you to solve practice volume 2 as if it's your real CFA Level 3 exam. Because इसमें क्या होता है कि there's a written paper. So now it's computer based examination. You have to type the answer in the computer. And therefore, this is not a typical MCQ exam like level 1 and level 2. In order to finish your paper, you need to time yourself before giving that main examination. And once you time yourself, then it's possible for you to ensure that, okay, whether I am able to solve these questions within a span of the given time. So that is very, very important. And not only that, you have to ensure that the given time which is there for every question, you have to ensure you solve it within that time limit so that your entire paper is completed. You'll listen from a lot of CFA level 3 candidates that they were not able to finish the entire paper, and that is the main reason that people are not able to clear that level 3 exams. Let me tell you that you have to ensure that you complete 100% of the paper. Time is not the challenge in MCQ paper, but time is a challenge in the first paper, descriptive one, where you have to type the answers. So the strategy which you should adopt is that if a question is taking 6 to 8 minutes, and if that question is allotted 4 minutes of time, you have to ensure that in the second or third question you take lesser amount of time so that the entire paper is completed. And this is $1 million advice that you have to ensure that entire paper is completed no matter you get the answer or not. Just try to write some or the other thing. If it just catches the eye of the examiner and if he thinks that okay, you have written something relevant, you'll at least score some marks, if not the entire marks in that question. That is very important once again. So focus on mock test. Solve all the questions from practice volume 1, practice volume 2. Read all the books of Schweser, book 1 to book 5. So within a span of 20 days, this is the strategy which you can follow, and I think that you'll be able to clear this examination with flying colors if you follow this kind of strategy. So volume 1, volume 2, book 1 to book 5, secret sauce, these Schweser notes, they are going to be very helpful. I had not personally solved the mock test given on the CFA Institute's website and the questions which were given on the website, but I highly recommend all of you to solve all the questions which are given on the website and even the mock test, because it is going to help you in order to just practice more sums. And once you start practicing more sums, it will be easier for you to clear that examination because you know that what type of questions are going to come in the examination. So the challenge in level 3 is that since it's a computer based exam, since it's a written descriptive paper, the only challenge is that you have to type the answers. And remember one thing, this is again a very important advice. If there's any question, don't just write 5 to 6 lines of answer. You have to be very short and very crisp, and even a 2-liner or 2.5 liner is more than sufficient if you're writing the key. You don't have to start the sentence by, let's say, okay, the answer to this question is, or probably you don't have to start by the key to the problem is. You don't have to use these kinds of sentences at all. You just have to write what is given. You just have to write whatever has been asked in the question, and just systematically you have to ensure that these are the keywords in your answer and okay, it is matching the question which is given. Try to ensure that your answer is as short as 2 to 3 lines and not more than that, because that is going to be very much sufficient for you to fetch marks. In fact, if you ask me, I had not even written a single answer which was more than 2 or 3 lines, and still I was able to clear my examination because the examiner wants to understand whether you have understood the concept, and he doesn't want you to write irrelevant stuff which is not even relevant, which is not even asked in the question. So that is very important, and the main reason why people aren't able to finish or maybe complete their level 3 exam is only because of the fact that they are writing so many long answers that they don't get time to solve the other questions, and that is one of the major reasons of failure. So try to keep these advice in mind, and I think if you just keep these advice in mind, solving mock tests, solving practice questions, volume 1, volume 2 and other notes, it'll be easier for you to clear your level 3 examination as well. I had taken a leave from Monday to Friday. My exam was on Saturday, and Saturday, Sunday pakad ke it was a cumulative leave of 8 days. But having said this, I had just ensured that my first reading gets over 5 to 6 days before the examination, second reading gets over 2 days before the examination, and the third reading, which is nothing but secret sauce, it gets over 1 day before the examination. So as I've told you in my earlier videos also, it is ideal to read a subject 3 times to clear any kind of examination. If you're reading any subject for 3 times, it gets clear in your mind and your head, and you're able to articulate your thoughts effectively even during your examination day. So during your examination day, don't take stress at all. Just go with very fresh, clear mind. Don't study a lot, and you'll be able to clear that examination. So my center was in Panvel in Navi Mumbai, and I used to stay in Worli. I left at 6:30 a.m. and I went with one of my friends, and I was just talking to him and chatting with him about his work profile, etc. Just half an hour before the examination, we were just trying to see what all concepts were taught. But let me tell you honestly, it's of no use like whatever study you're going to do half an hour or 1 hour before the examination. What matters is the 15 days preparation which you've done before the examination. That is very important. So I think these are some of the advice which helped me in order to crack my CFA level 3 exam. It's not a clickbait where I'm attracting people to watch this video because I've cleared in 20 days, but it's for those people who think or maybe who are doing full-time job and they don't get sufficient time in order to study 1 month or 3 months before the examination itself. So for students who are pursuing job as well, it's very important that you follow this kind of strategy, and with this strategy, you'll be able to clear your CFA level 3 exam as well. So if you do like this video, share it with all your friends who are doing their CFA level 3 and subscribe to my channel so that I can create more videos for all of you. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next video.